that photograph was not just paper. It was a moment you lived but cannot remember, a moment that happened to your body but was never claimed by your soul. We have spoken of spirits, contracts, time itself, but now the most personal theft, the one that leaves you not with a hangover, but with a haunting, a sense that your life has happened to you, not through you, a sense that years have passed, but you are not fully there. Today, we investigate the most intimate crime of the ethanol enigma, memory theft. Part 1. The architecture of remembering. Before we understand what is stolen, we must understand the treasure. Memory is not a single thing. It is a process, a living, breathing, constantly revising architecture that connects who you were to who you are to who you will become. Your brain has 3 primary memory systems. Alcohol attacks all 3. Sensory memory, milliseconds, the raw, unfiltered data of the moment. The smell of rain, the feeling of a hand on your shoulder, the sound of a laugh, the first draft of experience. Short-term memory, seconds to minutes. The scratch pad of consciousness, where you hold a phone number, follow a conversation, decide what to say next. The active workshop of the self. Long-term memory, indefinite. The library, the archive, the story of you. Facts, events, skills, emotions. For a memory to move from the workshop to the library, a miracle must occur. A process called consolidation. Neurons fire together. They strengthen their connection. Proteins are synthesized. The experience is etched into physical structure. This takes time. This takes energy. This takes a brain that is online and coherent. Alcohol does not allow this miracle. Part 2. The blackout explained. You have heard of blackouts. You may have experienced them. The common understanding is wrong. A blackout is not passing out. A blackout is not unconsciousness. A blackout is consciousness without recording. Here is the terrifying neuroscience. The hippocampus is the librarian of your brain. It decides which experiences get filed into long-term storage and which are discarded as noise. Alcohol does not destroy the hippocampus immediately. It disrupts its ability to synthesize new proteins. Think of a security camera. The camera is on. It sees everything, but the hard drive is broken. Nothing is being saved. During a blackout, you are awake. You are talking. You are walking. You are making decisions. You are even forming new memories in the short-term scratch pad. But the transfer to the library is blocked. The file is never saved. You exist. You act, but you do not become. The next morning, you wake up with a gap. Not a gap in your consciousness, but a gap in your autobiography. Something happened to you, but it did not happen to you. The body has memories it cannot access. The nervous system has reactions it cannot explain. The soul has wounds without stories. This is not forgetting. This is temporal amputation. Part 3. The fragmented self. But blackouts are the extreme. The daily, chronic damage is more insidious. Even without a full blackout, alcohol degrades the quality of memory consolidation. Experiences are not saved as rich, contextual, emotional files. They are saved as fragments. A face but not the name. An emotion but not its cause. A sense of having been somewhere but no narrative thread. Over months and years, your autobiography becomes a book with missing pages, torn paragraphs, sentences that start and never finish. You try to tell a story from college, and it trails off. You try to explain a conversation from last weekend, and the details evaporate. This is not aging. This is not normal forgetfulness. This is chemical erosion of your personal narrative. And the self that emerges from this fragmented archive is itself fragmented. You are not a continuous being moving through time. You are a collection of loosely connected moments, with gaps of fog between them. The philosophers call this the narrative self, the story you tell yourself about who you are. Alcohol is not just stealing your memories. It is stealing the coherence of your identity. Part 4. The present theft. We have focused on the past, but alcohol also steals the present. Presence is not a spiritual luxury. It is a biological state. It requires your prefrontal cortex to be online, your hippocampus to be recording, your attention to be focused on the now. Alcohol sedates the prefrontal cortex. It scrambles the hippocampus. It narrows attention to a few blunt sensations. You are at a concert, a wedding, a child's birthday. You are drinking. You think you are present, but your brain is in a state of reduced resolution. You are there, but not there. You see, but you do not perceive. You hear, but you do not listen. You are surrounded by people, but you are not truly with them. The moment happens. The photo is taken. But when you look at the next day, you realize, I don't actually remember that. You remember the idea of it, the outline, but the texture, the emotion, the living reality, gone. You traded the actual experience for a chemically simulated one. You were not present. You were present adjacent, and you will never get that moment back. Part 5. The future collapse. The theft extends forward in time. The hippocampus is not only the archive of the past, it is also the engine of the future. The same neural machinery that allows you to remember yesterday allows you to imagine tomorrow. When you imagine a future event, a vacation, a conversation, an achievement, your hippocampus is constructing a mental simulation using the raw material of past experiences. It is a time machine, and memory is its fuel. Alcohol damages this engine. Chronic drinkers have difficulty imagining the future in vivid, detailed, motivating ways. Their future is a fog, not because they lack desire, but because they lack the neural hardware to construct compelling simulations. You do not procrastinate because you are lazy. You procrastinate because your brain cannot make the future feel real enough to act on. Alcohol has stolen your ability to see yourself tomorrow. And if you cannot see yourself tomorrow, you cannot make sacrifices for yourself tomorrow. And if you cannot make sacrifices, you cannot build anything meaningful. Part 6. The somatic ghosts. Here is the deepest wound. Even when explicit memory is lost, the body remembers. The nervous system keeps the score. During intoxication, your body experiences fear, shame, anger, euphoria, connection. These experiences are never filed as explicit memories with context and story, but they're stored as somatic imprints. Tension in the shoulders, a knot in the stomach, a flinch at a certain smell, a wave of unexplained sadness. You wake up from a blackout feeling wrong. You do not know why. You assume it is the hangover, but it is more. It is the ghost of an experience you cannot name, haunting your nervous system. This is the source of anxiety, not just the chemical rebound, but the body's memory of events the mind has forgotten. You are anxious because your nervous system is still processing a threat that your conscious memory has deleted. And because you cannot name the source, you cannot resolve it. So it lingers. It becomes chronic. It becomes your baseline. You're not anxious. You are haunted by unremembered experience. Part 7. The path to reclamation. The theft is real. The damage is physical. But the brain is not stone. It is plastic. It can heal. Here is the protocol to reclaim your memory, your presence, and your future. Step 1. The ceasefire. Stop the act of poisoning. The hippocampus needs clean biology to begin repair. 30 days of absolute sobriety. No exceptions. You are not taking a break. You are ending the war. Step 2. The nutritional reconstruction. The brain needs specific building blocks to rebuild. Omega-3 fatty acids. DHA, the structural fat of neural membranes. Phosphatidylserine supports cell membrane integrity and repair. Bacopa monnieri, an herb shown to improve memory consolidation. Lion's mane mushroom stimulates nerve growth factor, NGF. Step 3. The memory practice. Every evening, spend 10 minutes writing a detailed narrative of your day. Not a list, a story. What did you see, hear, feel, think? Who did you talk to? What did they say? You are manually performing the consolidation that alcohol once blocked. You're teaching your hippocampus to work again. Step 4. The future simulation drill. Each morning, spend 5 minutes vividly imagining your day ahead. See it, hear it, feel the emotions. You are not planning. You are rehearsing reality. You are rebuilding the future simulating engine. Step 5. The somatic release. When you feel unexplained anxiety or tension, Ask your body, what are you remembering? Do not force an answer. Just listen. If an image, a smell, a feeling arises, let it. You are not creating false memories. You are allowing forgotten experiences to surface for integration. Step 6. The narrative repair. Look at the gaps in your autobiography. The lost years. The fuzzy periods. Write a single sentence of compassion to your past self. You did what you could with what you had. You're not to blame for being poisoned. And now you are healing. Part 8. The return of the self. Those moments are still possible. The hippocampus can grow new neurons. The narrative self can be rewoven. The future can become vivid again. But you must stop the theft. You must recognize that every drink is not just a drink. It is a vote for amnesia, a vote for fragmentation, a vote for a life that happens to someone else while you watch from the fog. The memories you have lost are gone. They cannot be recovered. Mourn them. But the memories you will make tomorrow are still yours to claim. The question is not whether you can remember yesterday. The question is, will you be present for today? The answer begins with the next choice you make. This is Napoleon Inspires. Your story is still being written. Be there for it.